Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you'll be informed of every new video that we upload here, if today is your first time.
All right, so find Q if 3Q plus 13 squared equals 16 squared, and don't use a calculator. Well, if I have something like this to solve in an exam and I've been asked not to use a calculator, how can the examiner know that I used a calculator? He can only know that if I do not show any steps. But before I solve it, first I will pull my calculator closer and I'll use it, even though I'm asked not to use it. I'll try it and see the answer that I have to get before I even start to do it. Okay, so that is very simple. I have 3Q and I have 16 squares. So when I make Q the subject, I'll have something like this. So let me square 16 and subtract 13 squared from it. I have 87. Divide 87 by 3 and I have 29. So that means if I solve this thing well, I should get 29. All right, I used a calculator and I had 29, but I'm going to solve it without a calculator. So first I know my answer. I have to get 29. So I'm going to solve it without a calculator. Yeah, of course, if I'm to find Q, then that means I have to make Q the subject. So I will leave 3Q on the left side of the equal sign, and I'll send 13 squared to the right side. There will be a change of sign, so I'll have 16 squared minus 13 squared. Now the examiner is asking you not to use a calculator, and that tells you that from here you should understand that I am subtracting 2 squares. So this brings into mind difference of 2 squares. So I'm going to have 3Q equals 16 plus 13, then 16 minus 13. That is called difference of 2 squares. Anytime that you have a subtraction sign in between 2 squares, then you're dealing with difference of 2 squares. So from here I can use a little bit of calculator. 16 plus 13, 29 if I have to, and 16 minus 13 is 3. All right, so I have to multiply 29 by 3. Okay, and I have to multiply this by that, but I can even see that I have 3 here and 3 there. So I can divide through by 3 so that it will get rid of this 3 if I do not want to use calculator, of course. And of course it says that I don't have to use calculator. So when you divide, I have 29 times 3, and when you divide 29 by, if you divide this by 3, then you have this living, and you now be left with Q equals 29. So I mean, that is very simple. We were given 3Q plus 13 squared equals 16 squared, and I was asked not to use a calculator. But the first thing that I did was, of course, I did use a calculator to find the value of Q. Then from there I should work. So when I had this, I realized that I was dealing with difference of 2 squares, because of course I have a difference here, I have a subtraction sign here in between 2 squares. So this is called difference of 2 squares, and this is how we factorize difference of 2 squares. 16 plus 13 and 16 minus 13. So from here there was no need to multiply this by that, because I could see that 3 could divide the 3 or cancel it out. So I was left with Q equals 29. All right, see you another time.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you'll be informed of every new video that we upload here, if today is your first time.